Welcome back, guys. We are going to continue from where we stopped in our last video. Now, here we are going to explain our tools in Photoshop. We have our tools bar here on our left hand side of the interface, where we have our move tool, rectangular marquee tool, and so on. We have our menu bar on the upper surface, that is the file, edit, image, layer, type, select, filters, and the likes. And then we have our palettes here: histogram palette, navigator, character, layers, channel, and path. And also, I like to reiterate on this: if you need any palette and it's not found here, you can go to your window, locate the type of palette you are looking for, and then click on it so that it will reveal on your desktop. Like now, I click on my libraries. My libraries shows here because I need it. Now, if I don't need it again, just click on it and cancel from the edge. Once again, go to your window, look for any palette you need, like color palette, click on it. You can see it will reveal on your screen. Now, to get started on our tools, the first tools on our Photoshop is called Move Tool. Move Tool is used to drag, to place, to select any items on your interface. For instance, let's say we have a shape here. Let's create a shape using our rectangular tool. This is a shape now. Let's color this shape. Let's give it a color. This is fill. Fill means inner color. Let's fill it with a color. We want to fill it with purple. Good. And then we want to cancel the stroke. This icon means stroke. That is the outline that shows at the edge of our design. We don't want any stroke, you go to no color. This place that I'm putting my mouse on means no color. Click on it. It will cross out this place now. It has been crossed out. So there is no outline for this shape any longer. Then click out. Now go to your move tool. You can see that you can use our move tool to move around our object in design. You can use your move tool to move around your object on your design. Okay, either your text, either your shape, either your picture, or anything, you can use your move tool to move around it. Also, lest I forget, this tool also you can use to reduce or increase the size of your design. But before you can do that, you have to Ctrl T. Press your Ctrl T on your keyboard. Press your Ctrl T. Ctrl T means transform. Ctrl T means transform. It will show an outline on your shape or on your picture or your text. Once you click on it like this, then once it shows this outline, you will look at this place. We can see this mark, commit transform, enter, or cancel transform, which is escape. That means the shortcut for this two icon is either you press your escape or you click on your enter. Once it shows these two icons on your control bar, you can use your mouse to reduce or to increase the size of the object, either your picture or your text or any items on your screen. That means your transform can be used to increase the size or reduce the size of your object. Lest I forget, you see this link icon on your control bar. This link icon helps to reduce your size to aspect ratio. What I mean by aspect ratio is that it will reduce it uniformly. It will reduce it uniformly. If you look at my design, as I'm trying to reduce, all the size, all the edges are reducing equally. Not that some parts start to increase while some others are reducing. So click on this check tool to mark it. Good. Now the next item on our toolbar is artboard. Actually, if I should ask you that where is artboard, you may not be able to locate where artboard is here. But if you should long press on this tool, you see other tools that are there. Long press on the tool, because you can see there is one icon, there is one arrow underneath the tool. That means there is more icon inside that tool, that there is more icon to explore under it. So if I should long press on it, that means there are what? You can see other tools that is under the particular tool you've selected. Let's take another tool, for instance. This tool also, we have many items under it. Long press on it using your left click mouse. Long press on it, you see other tools under the particular, you see those the sub tools under that particular tools. Now going back to our move tool, long press on it, you see your artboard tool. Click on it. Artboard tool is used to create more layouts. Again, Artboard tool is used to create more layouts. It is used to create more layouts. Now I have only one layout on this design previously. If I should create another layout now, that means I will be working on two layouts. This is the first layout and this is another layout. If I need more layouts, I click on plus. More layouts, click on plus. No, go to your artboard, click on it. Click on your, go to your artboard, long press on your artboard, click on it. Then click on plus to create more layouts. Click on plus to create more layouts. This is used to create many layouts on our Photoshop. It's used to create many layouts on our Photoshop. Now go back to the next tool. The next tool is called rectangular marquee tool. Rectangular marquee tool. Let's go to our previous design. Rectangular marquee tool. Rectangular marquee tool is used to crop out any unwanted parts on our design. Rectangular marquee tool is used to crop out to make a see the outline. It's used to make a selection in the shape of a rectangle. That is, you can select a part using your rectangular shape. Like this, if I need any parts from this particular shape now, let me just draw. Maybe I want to cut out this particular area, or I want to copy this particular area, or I want to remove this particular area, I want to delete this particular area. It will crop out a definite shape, that is a rectangular shape, out for me. Now I've selected this particular part, but always remember to rasterize your layers before you work on it on Photoshop. This icon under my rectangular tool, it won't allow me to do anything unless I rasterize this layer. Right click on that rectangular tool and click on rasterize. Now I've rasterized the layer. With this selected part now, I can delete it using my delete button on my keyboard. You see that I don't have that part any longer on my shape. Press your Ctrl D to remove your transform, your threaded line. Use your Ctrl D on your keyboard, Ctrl D to remove your thread line. Now, moving to the next tool. Under this particular tool also, we have some other tools, that is elliptical marquee tool, single row marquee tool, single color marquee tool. All these marquee tools are just used the way we have used our rectangular marquee tool. Let me quickly go to another documents layer, like this rectangle yellow shape that we've created. Now, in case I want to crop out any part also, I've told you that you have to unlock your layer. Click on this padlock to unlock it. Then use your rectangular marquee tool to crop out. Either I want to delete or cut. If you want to cut now, just right click on that particular layer, on that particular selected part, and select layer via cut. If you want to cut, if you want to copy, layer via copy. Layer via cut means that you want to separate this particular part into two. If you look at our layer part now, before previously we have only one layer, layer 0, but after doing layer via cut, we have two layers, layer 0 and layer 1. That means if I should uncheck this particular layer 0, clicking on this eye icon, I will have only my layer 1 reflecting on my design. Are we getting that? Okay. Also, that in same process, that's how these other tools are also used. But the difference between these other tools, the difference between them and these two icons is single row marquee tool. We only select one pixel row. Why this one we select one pixel column? This is what I mean by pixel column. Let me use it. Okay. Let me zoom out so that you can see. Ctrl plus is to zoom out. Ctrl plus is to zoom out. Let's select that single row icon tool. Single row icon tool. This single row icon tool now. Okay. Click on it. Click on single row icon tool. The pixel no more than 50% selected. That is, the selection edge will not be visible. Okay. Go back to your new previous design. Okay, let's go to this layer and use our single row marquee tool. We have to unlock it first. Now we can see that our single row marquee tool reflected on this. Okay, yeah, that's how that particular tools is used in Photoshop. Now the next thing is crop tool. Is our crop tool. This polygon lasso tool is used to crop out any part, but not in a definite shape like rectangular marquee tool. Let's come down here. Assuming I want to crop out this particular layer on my design, I want to crop out this ID card. You can see how I'm tracing it. Trace. It's good to zoom out while you are cropping on your Photoshop so that you can have a real cutting edge of the particular design. You have to trace it using your polygon lasso tool. This polygon lasso tool now. Trace out the edges. Trace out the edges. You can see that I'm trying to trace out the edges of this ID card, of this business card. Trace out the edges. Trace out the edges. Trace out the edges. Good. Once you are done and you click on your starting point, you see this thread mark. This thread mark means that you can now cut or copy the selected parts. Do you get that now? So to cut out this part, as we've explained with this rectangular marking tool, is that you should do what? You just click on your selection on that particular part and then layer via cut or layer via copy. We should layer via copy. That means you want a copy of where we've selected from the previous design. Layer via copy. Minimize, hide this particular layer 0 so that you can see what we've copied. You can see that we have our selected part copy onto a new layer. So that's how all these tools are used. The first one will give us a definite shape, while the other one will give us ability to trace out where we need from our design. This one, that is the rectangular marquee tool, give us a perfect shape, that is a rectangle. But this rectangle, this polygon lasso tool, will enable us to trace out on our own using our own mouse to trace out where we need. But the other one, that is this first one, will only give us ability to what? To use that rectangle, or use the polygon, or use the ellipse, That's how rectangular marquee tool are used to cut out parts in our Photoshop. We continue from the next video. Thank you.